What's up, guys? I'm going to review what high energy parenting eats in a day. Okay, half of the meals already look like meat imitations. Total mental illness from the beginning.
Hello family, Kevin Cosmo here. Some of you have been asking more specifically what I eat in a day rather than just what my family...
This is bad. I don't know how old he is, but that is prematurely aged skin. The dark eye circles, wrinkles. I can actually see his skull.
or my children eat in a day. Right now it's currently Ramadan. I'm not the most devout Muslim. I don't follow any religious order too specifically, though I find the beauty in some of them and try to incorporate the beautiful things I find in them. And this one's a fun one to participate in. And so I'm not eating during the day. I'm eating in the evening, well really when the sun goes down. It's about 5:30 right now. I'm just 6 miles in, only have half mile left. So it'll be a 6.5 mile run. And
a raw vegan who eats one meal a day and runs? You're basically saying that you hate yourself. You burn your body fat. You eat yourself in that time. You would need to eat a lot of raw meat to replenish yourself, but instead you eat raw plants which are indigestible because humans are carnivores.
I'll show you what I eat today. This is not normal. I usually don't eat just one time a day. Usually I eat 2 times a day. Very commonly it's a midday lunch after I've gotten some activity, hopefully in the morning, and then in the evening a big dinner. And so today I'll be showing you a very big dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I used to do this when I looked somewhat like him as a vegan. I used to go to flowers and sniff them. I never understood why I did this. I assumed that it had to do with the starvation, obviously, but because my senses wanted something. This is crazy. Wow.
Nearly every day I have a meal of bananas. Today is no different. And so after the run, I prepared a smoothie of 9 large bananas, 5 dates, and a bit of green powder. That makes about a 1,400 calorie beginning to my dinner meal. Now I never sell any supplements, and I don't happen to take any regularly, outside of a weekly B12 spray just to be safe, but I am trying out this green powder, all the while still relying on eating fresh greens daily.
Okay, firstly you've got tons of bananas, which is basically pure sugar and fiber. Potassium, some minerals, electrolytes, okay, but essentially there's no micronutrients, vitamins, right? Then of course we've got the green powder, which we can look up and see what's in there. Okay, here I found it. At the top it actually says an excellent source of fiber. Let's see the ingredients. Whole leaves, wheatgrass, barley grass. Great, you're eating grass. Very herbivorous. Pure juices, alfalfa leaf, dandelion leaf, barley grass, saltgrass. They know that no human would ever eat this, so they sell it super expensive as a supplement so that you fall for it. So that it actually seems like, yes, this is something I want to get, right? Because what do they say? These grasses have incredible nutrient profiles due to the unique, nutrient-dense soil. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's incredibly common for these companies to say nutrient-dense and so on, and to never mention any nutrients because they know that that's not true, obviously. Grass is extremely toxic. Leaves. No human would ever eat leaves. Except if you sell it as a powder to scam people. Terrible. So this is what he added to the smoothie along with the bananas. So you've got tons of sugar, almost no micronutrients, and then toxins from grass and leaves. Bravo.
This scenario is pretty unusual, but the children were busy, and so I sat down to read a bit of Antoine Béchamp. If you want to know any more about this fantastic scientist
the kid
and
also
things he
gets
discovered, Check out the video on germs and viruses I made below.
Why am I surprised?
After the fruit portion, I was ready for dinner salad, and tonight happened to be the night where we were celebrating Dakari's 11th birthday. For salad dressing, I stayed simple, and the children loved it. Valencia orange blended with tahini and a bit of dried parsley.
Wow, what a birthday meal. And of course, he says that he used the dressing. The reason they do that is because no kid or adult wants to eat green leaves. What is this, man? Of course, tahini. Why? Because it reminds the kids of fat, which they are obviously not getting because a vegan or a raw vegan diet has no animal fat, which is the only kind of fat that any human being wants, especially kids that are growing, because that fat has vitamins A, D, K2, for example, which helps with growth. It's essential. You can't develop. You're going to degenerate if you don't get those vitamins. And it's impossible to get them. This is child abuse. It is malnutrition. How can you do it to your children? I don't know if all of those are his children, maybe some friends or whatever, but they're all not doing good.
Created a perfectly creamy, mildly sweet, delicious dressing.
Of course.
Taji, how's your salad?
Good.
Good. Honey, how's your salad?
All over the table.
All over the table.
The baby looks way too thin.
Carrots and breast milk.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't look right.
You're so cute.
Two different things.
You're so
Carrots
cute.
and breast milk.
I'm trying to eat my dinner, but it's impossible. They keep pulling at the salad. Look at it.
Can I have some dressing for my salad?
Can I have some dressing for my salad? Of course, because the kids don't want to eat green leaves. All that they want is fat. You're absolutely starving them, man. How can you not understand that? Why would you use the dressing? Don't you ever think, if we are herbivorous or whatever you believe, certainly not fruitarian, I guess, then of course they should just grab the salad and eat it right away. They would enjoy it. Just like all the animals that eat green leaves, just watch any of them eat green leaves. They really like it. They enjoy the taste, everything about it. These are not even natural green leaves. These are cultivated man-made ones, which don't have as many toxins. This is why the kids are not throwing up. It's still manageable because it's a lot of water and the anti-nutrients are reduced. That's what cultivation does. I can see your bones and everything. Also, what's with the kid's stomach? It's completely bloated. This is a typical sign of starvation. No way a kid should have that kind of a stomach. Also, of course, all the fiber and toxins make it bloated. Look, that's completely abnormal.
You can see that this brought my calorie total up to about 1,800 calories, and the nutritional needs are fairly well covered. Remember, you don't have to hit all.
Alright, sure, let's check out what nutrients you got from this. Sure. Energy, okay, that's irrelevant. Oh, caffeine, yeah, right. Carbs, okay, not even enough for what? Fiber, yeah. Fiber is simply a word for indigestible plants. It's what you can't digest. Nobody should eat fiber in any way at all. It's something that you should always avoid. It causes constipation, ruins your gut, microbiome, and in general the intestines. Fat. Of course, they got no fat, they only got plant oils, and what it says here, a lot of omega-6s, obviously inflammatory, saturated. That's obviously not saturated animal fat. It's completely irrelevant that he got it because it has no vitamins. Absolute starvation as far as fat goes. Protein, of course he didn't get protein. I don't know what was mixed in there. Maybe he counts tahini, maybe there were some nuts or whatever. But you gotta realize that the biological value of plants is very, very low, which means that you can't actually get to the amino acids. This is why these kind of websites are not only a scam, but it's actually criminal that they are allowed because They show what's inside of the plants, not what you can actually digest and absorb. The B vitamins, arguable plant versions, but okay, let's just ignore that. B6, he obviously didn't get the animal versions, so he didn't get B6 because he's not going to convert that. B12, he said he uses a spray. That's of course a toxin. It's man-made. It's not real B12, so he didn't get B12. Vitamin A, he didn't get. Plants don't have vitamin A, of course. He may mean beta-carotene or whatever, but as I've proven with studies, humans can convert it to animal vitamin A. Vitamin D, that's an animal hormone. Of course, he didn't get it. He also didn't make it from sunlight because that requires a lot of cholesterol, which he obviously doesn't have. Vitamin E, yes, you can get some plant versions of it from plant oils, but that's pretty much useless. Vitamin K1, yes, you can get it from plants, but those are pretty much indigestible. What he wants is K2, which he also can get from natto, as some of you may believe, because that's a different version. The minerals are useless to mention because plants have anti-nutrients, tahini for example, which don't let you absorb minerals. And of course you can't even digest some green leaves or whatever. An absolute joke. He didn't get even half of what's written here. And then all of the stuff that's missing. That's why he looks the way it looks. Also, you can't forget the macronutrients. The saturated animal fat that is missing, that's why he looks the way he looks. Collagen, of course also cholesterol, the antioxidant. Without it you can't build new cells, which means that you can't gain weight. This is why people on statins usually lose a lot of weight and then they can't gain it back. And then they wonder why. It's a cholesterol deficiency.
I still felt a bit hungry, and so later that evening I had 6 tangerines to top me off, bringing my total calories up to about 2,100.
What could 6 tangerines provide you? That's literally water, sugar, fiber, and some vitamin C. Okay, maybe some potassium, whatever. That's nothing. That's sugar water. How can somebody eat that way and not realize what it's doing to his body? Does he not look in the mirror? I know that a lot of vegans do, and from what I've heard, they just don't see it. That's what happens when you become mentally ill from veganism, because it also eats your brain. You literally don't see what's going on.
Leaving me feeling pretty satisfied. I hope you enjoyed, family. If you want an easy-to-follow meal plan, check out the link below. If you want help crafting an individual plan and having support as you implement it,
I'm sure a lot
check
of
out
people
my
are going to
private
buy meal
coaching link
plans
also
from
below.
you.
Until the next video, live passionately, live joyously.
He gives it to him, doesn't want to eat it himself. Yeah. That's high energy parenting. Yeah, totally, man. You're high energy. The kids are obviously super high energy. Just great parenting. Yeah. Nobody on earth would ever say that. I already talked about the micronutrients, but as I always say, plants don't have over 15 nutrients. Now, if you eat a raw vegan diet of raw salads and the kind of stuff that he eats, you're not digesting anything. He must have horrible stomach cramps, pain, and don't even get me started about what comes out. And then the kids also have to go through that. Does he not see what's coming out? Does he ignore the pain that they have? The cries for help, all the signs. This is the kind of stuff that you don't see anymore when you become mentally ill. It's absolute common sense that if you are starved from the outside, which everybody can see, then of course your organs will also be starved. What is the brain made out of? Saturated fat, cholesterol. If his body is not getting those nutrients, then of course it will start eating the brain. It's messed up. Thanks for watching, guys.